Mr. Rich Mitchell about to get this one underway. 3 5-minute rounds if they need them in the Cage Warriors flyweight division. Matheus Brauns in the white trunks. Nicolas Leblond in the grey shorts. I mean, I'd love them to go at it for all 3 rounds. Smart money says there could be some kind of crazy finish here, though, whichever way it comes.
You can see Leblond just coming straight out, taking centre. Absolutely pushing Brauns back to the cage. Brauns, for my liking, has his hands way too low against somebody like Leblond.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get comfortable there, just having the height and reach advantage, because Leblond can get in quick. Frenchman's background is in judo, of course, judo black belt. And it's those mallets for hands that have become his calling card over the years here in Cage Warriors.
I do like the fact that he does throw in his judo trips and his throws every now and again.
He had a great debut with us on Cage Warriors against former champ Sam Creasy. Came out the wrong end of a decision there, but followed up with that crazy KO of Darren O'Gorman. Spirited loss to Luke Shanks, another former champion. And then those signature finishes you mentioned already, Paul, against the likes of Ryan Curtis and Michelangelo Lupoli. Super dangerous guy.
I mean, Brauns is looking actually, I know his hands are low, but he is looking comfortable.
Brauns has fought some serious opposition. Surely not underestimating Leblond here. Leblond looking for that takedown, doesn't get it though.
Yeah, a little bit of a laboured shot, sort of seemed to reach first before shooting, and by that time Brauns was gone. Total position here in the ground. Just got to be careful that Brauns doesn't wrap up with an anaconda choke here. He is looking for it. It's on the guillotine here.
Brauns with those long limbs. Leblond popping the head out though. Brauns with that athletic tape on the back of his right leg. Perhaps something to keep an eye on there.
And Leblond just here with a tight body lock. Going to step around that corner, get the little trip. Like I was saying earlier on, I'd like to see Leblond just drop his hands down to the waist. Anybody that's reaching up for the takedown underneath the armpits, it's so difficult to get your opponent to throw, to get his weight forward to where you need it. Make it in the small of his back, just crank that. Choose which way you want to take him down, be a throw, drag him to the floor. Good head position though here from Leblond. I mean, Brauns is set up here for a Haragosha or a Nuchimata with the overhook.
You've got to use it, use your position now. Let's go.
Brauns just giving him the angle.
First warning there from Rich Mitchell. Wants to see a little bit more from Leblond in this dominant position.
If I'm correct, did Leblond, he put Lupoli out from this position? It was a clinch up against the fence.
It was an exchange against the fence. He almost sat him down into it with one shot and then followed up with a second, if memory serves. Brauns telling him to bring it on there. This is not someone who's come in here to make up the numbers.
Like I said, Ian Dean said this guy can bang, he can fight. He's been around the block and he has got experience. It's certainly shown here so far.
Both these guys 30 years of age, so fighting primes. And Leblond landed a left there.
Brauns just shaking it off. Shaking his head. It's been a pretty much of a feeling out process here most of the first round. Some exchanges, but nobody getting too involved.
Final seconds of the round. Leblond looked like he might have been trying to take down there, but really no value in the energy with just seconds left. And Brauns dancing his way back to the corner.
I think that's what's going on here. They both know what's at stake. The Cage Warriors title shot.
Ready.
Maybe a trip to the UFC.
Round 2 underway. Brauns again seeming content to be on the outside. A nice body kick there.
Nice body lock, and just switches his hips and runs Braun to the mat. Nice work from Leblond. You see him just switch his hips now and just go past that and push that knee down. And he can get caught up in this half guard position. Braun's legs are open, so a back step will get him into side control here. Why he's choosing to stay here. I don't know what grip he has with his hand. Seems to have the underhook on the left side and his right hand over the top, so back step will get him right into side control here, and then he can start teeing off. There we go.
Brauns trying to find out a way out from underneath Leblond here.
Anybody knows that if you rolled a good judo black belt guy, they are a nightmare in top position. Their hips just feel like a ton of bricks or an anvil on top of you. I'd like to see Leblond just kick that left leg out just from underneath Braun. They pull back down. Switch here to a body lock. Beautiful Awuch Gary. Inside trip there from Leblond.
Back to his feet for Brauns, but Leblond with a big pickup and a huge slam.
Yeah, a bit silly to go that big with it, because there is always the chance that your opponent can roll through and you end up on the wrong side.
And we've seen guys knock themselves out with big slams like that when they're really trying to drive their opponent into the mat.
When you're trying to win the fight, just do the smart thing, put him down where you want, in against the cage, and then just strike from there. It's a better round though from Leblond. Starting to put a stamp on it now.
Got to stay busy here, stay busy.
We talk about takedowns in terms of scoring. You know, we say that the takedown, you know, consider the change of position, except in a situation like that where it's got real impact, where the opponent's being elevated and driven or slammed into the canvas. That's something that the judges are going to be looking for and awarding Nicolas Leblond for, quite rightly, on their scorecards. Another takedown from Leblond there.
Yeah, Braun on a Kimura grip from the bottom, but like we were talking about earlier on in one of the fights, it's pretty tricky to do from side control. It's like a quarter guard here. It's not full half guard where he has his legs locked up. Braun's guard is still wide open. I don't know why he chooses to do that. It looks like he's just doing a Z guard, putting his knee shield in just to create a bit of space, but
Leblond going to watch those long legs of Matheus Brauns.
Use your position.
I'd rather see him go underneath the heels and push up rather than trying to push his legs down, because it's easier for Brauns to pull his feet back when you're trying to push down on his ankles, rather than you scooping up his ankles and just running him onto his back shoulder. Take his hips off the mat. Look for Leblond just to slip into mount here. You can see Brauns just trying to push down on that knee just to stop it. And from that position, yeah, step around. I was going to say go knee slice through. It's a better position from Leblond. Look for him to get on this neck. Front choke guillotine coming up. He's actually on the anaconda darce. Like to see him switch to his bicep. There he goes. Doesn't quite have the grip. There it goes again. Now I'd like to see him just run in towards his body in towards Brauns.
And it looks like time is going to save the Rio de Janeiro man here. Slips out.
Stop!
And we will see a third round.
Yeah, Brauns isn't here just ready.
Third and final round.
Go!
Brauns just sporting a black eye just on the right side.
Brazilian kicking away to the body there, and there's a left hand from Leblond. We know he carries that power deep into a fight. John and Doy in the corner of Nicolas Leblond. Screaming instructions there. Oh, there's the left hand, they're snapping their head back.
I like the way Leblond just keeps him in this range where Brauns is back on the defense. Doesn't let him off, just keeps him in that striking range. Just follows him left and right up the cage.
And Leblond looking here like he's not content with a points victory. He's looking like he wants to take Brauns' head off here.
Good.
I thought he did that every fight, every round. Yeah, but like you were saying earlier on, it's very much what happens after this fight and how you win fights. You know, you can have 10 wins on the bounce, but if they're boring and nobody wants to see it, you're not going to get that title shot.
You know, LeBlanc was at one point considered the #1 contender, and a title fight with champion Shad Chak fallen apart a couple of times, with once an injury to LeBlanc and once to the champion. So maybe a bit of frustration in there, and looking like he wants to take some frustration out here on Matheus Brauns. Brauns hanging tough though.
Yeah, his distance control is very good down here in the third. Just not letting Brauns get any rhythm going.
Right jab lands there, right on the chin. Nice kicks from the Brazilian.
I'd like to see Leblond just go to the body here with a left hook. Brauns just looking a little bit tired in this third round.
Just over halfway through this third and final round. Both men opening up a little bit here.
Rich thought that teep was a little bit low. Leblond just shakes it off. I do like Leblond's footwork here. Doesn't seem to be crossing his feet. Just inching in, following Brauns right around the cage without chasing him.
Brauns is looking a little bit laboured with some of these shots now.
There's this big pickup. That's better. That's a better placement from Blonde rather than jumping into a big slam.
Oh, look at the arm here. The corner calling for that Kimura, but he's again looking for the neck here, Paul.
Yeah, I'd rather see him do. There's an arm and guillotine there you can do. You take the arm on the head and put them all on both on one side, and it's just so much more tighter than a regular guillotine. He's looking for the anaconda choke again, or darce grip, I should say. Nice inside trip. And Leblond. Same Brauns' leg is, his guard is just open here again.
No toes in that cage.
There's better ground and pound here from Leblond. I'd like to just see him stick with it for the next 45 seconds and see if he can get a finish out of it. Slide into mount there is there if he wants it. You can see him just creeping his leg in there through now.
goes out.
He's in like a quarter guard position where just the foot is trapped and his knee is on the ground. It's basically the same as mount.
Oh, big shots from Leblond in the dying stages of this fight. It looks like Brauns will be able to hang on, but he's taken some punishment in this third and final round. Big elbows from Leblond now, and Leblond pummeling him until the very last second.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to our judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout 29-28 in favor of your winner by way of unanimous decision. In the right corner, Nicolas Leblond!
Nicolas Leblond victorious. The streak continues here in Cage Warriors for this French demolition man. And what a great spot this flyweight division is in. Well, ladies